All right, well, welcome. And so, again, this is Ileana, and right now, today's topic is going to be compensation, one of my favorite things to go over. All right, and so here I want to just go ahead and jump right in to be able to explain to you how does our compensation plan work, how often do we get paid, etc. Very, very important stuff. And so, let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so here there are several different parts of our comp plan. Okay, and so one of the things that I wanted to just go ahead and share with you was we're just going to take it piece by piece. Okay, some of this information you got during your interview orientation, and you'll have this paperwork too, just in case if since I gave a bird's eye view over this, you'd be able to just review this for yourself as well to be able to help support that. Okay, so really simply put, I'm going to go ahead and make this all make really good sense in simple terms. Okay. So first thing that we're going to go over is here. So your weekly paycheck. Okay. We get paid on Mondays here. All right. And so for most people, they don't like Mondays here. We love Mondays. Mondays is money day. And so for your weekly paycheck, okay, so we get paid weekly for our advances. We get bonuses. I'm going to go ahead and break it down here. Also, on top of that, after you've been here about a year, you start getting monthly residual income. So that's all on top of the commissions that you make here and the bonuses and all that compensation here. So your weekly paycheck, okay, is made of 1, 2, 3 pieces. Okay, so here you are compensated based on the previous week's work, okay, for your weekly paycheck, all right? And so, for example, at our company, we work on a Thursday to Thursday system. So every single day that you go and you enroll clients into plans, then whatever it is that you submit by Thursday at noon, that's what you're going to get paid for on Monday, okay? And so that is the timeline. So we go Thursday to Thursday, whatever you transmit to home office by Thursday noon, that's what we get paid on the following Monday, okay? And so these 3 pieces, number 1, prepaid commission. We also call that our advance, okay? So that's advance, pardon my handwriting, okay? So your advance, also you get a guaranteed advance, and then also world's greatest bonus, and then we're just gonna do a total compensation breakdown. So these 3 pieces right here, okay, 3 equals your paycheck, okay? So just gonna get a little, foundation right there, okay? And so I'll walk through this just one by one. Prepaid commission, guaranteed advance, world's greatest bonus. All right, and so moving on. So this is gonna be piece number 1, okay? So it says here, understanding your advance. Okay, so for how we measure production or measure sales, okay, we have something called ALP, okay? That's annual life premium. I'll go ahead and write that out here, okay? So ALP is annual life premium, okay? Annual life premium. What does that mean? Okay, that is the premium, all right, that you're paying for your life insurance annually, okay? So let me just go ahead and give you an example, okay, just to keep it simple. What that means is if I go into a client's home, and I enroll them into a policy that costs $100 a month, okay? So you got $100 a month is that sale size, okay? And so what is that annually? Well, it's simply the monthly times 12. Okay, and so the monthly premium times 12 equals total 1,200 ALP. Okay, does that make sense? So it's whatever the monthly premium is for their life insurance times 12. That is the ALP. ALP is how we measure sale size and production here at American Income Life. Okay, and so wanted to just go ahead and just re-illustrate that. So whatever monthly premium is times 12, that's the ALP. That's the language that we speak here. So if you go ahead and you go into a client's home, you sell them for $100 a month, okay? And then you call up your mentor and say, hey, I was able to enroll a family for 1200 ALP. They know exactly what you mean. Okay, great. And so that's what ALP is. All right, so what I wanted to go ahead and illustrate here is that the average sale size, okay, so we're using company numbers here, okay, is $62.50 monthly premium per sale, okay? $62.50 monthly premium per sale. So now that is a company average. What that means is you might be higher, you might be lower, etc. Especially out here in California, we tend to have, it's higher cost of living. We tend to bring the average up, okay? And so you may be seeing, whatever your numbers may be, 800, 1,000 average monthly sale. We're just going to go off of company averages, okay, for the sake of simplicity. As you can see, our benefits are very affordable for working class families. All right, so here during this week, okay, let's say we got $62.50 monthly premium per sale. So what is that in terms of ALP? Well, multiply that times 12 and you get 750 ALP, okay? So 750 ALP, all right, is the average sale size, okay? Average sale size. Again, your personal numbers may be different, okay? So let's go ahead and use this as an example. If this past week, okay, you had just something basic, I just wanted to go ahead and impress upon you that we're looking at new agent numbers, okay? Because you're a new agent, all right? I'm not going to use huge, massive, veteran agent numbers that will seem really pie in the sky for you. We're just going to be realistic right now for new agents, okay? And so something simple, okay? And so here we're using this example that last week you went ahead and made 4 sales, okay? Made 4 sales of the average sale size. Great. So you went out, say a sale per day. Great. Awesome. It's not great. It's not horrible. It's just, average newbie numbers. Okay, so 4 sales at $62.50 monthly premium for sale. So since 750 ALP is the ALP per sale, then you're going to get paid on the whole week's production, right? So 750 ALP times 4 sales equals 3,000 total annual life premium for the week. So far, so good? I hope so, okay? So that means that with those 4 families, each paying $62.50 a month, okay, then here for the total annual life premium, it's 3,000 ALP. All right, perfect. So now is when we get some math involved, okay? And it's good math because there's dollar signs in there, okay? And so this is how you'd be able to calculate your compensation, all right? And so here, we take the total annual life premium for the week, okay? Now, the 2 calculations that you make here, okay, are number 1, your contract level, okay? Your contract level. What is that? That is your commission contract, okay? When you first begin as a brand new agent, okay, everyone that's a brand new agent starts off on what's called a 40% commission contract, okay? So that means out of the 3,000 ALP, your commission, okay, you're at 40%. Now, here we want to illustrate 40% contract, then that becomes 50% after 45 days, okay? Reason being is because we needed to have some sort of probationary period, okay? And so in your first 45 days, you are on a 40% commission contract. Then after 45 days, you are brought onto a 50% commission contract. And I will also show you how you can accelerate that promotion so you get that raise sooner, okay? So here, we can almost just draw a line through this, okay, and call this pre-45 days, okay? And you're on a 40% commission contract, and then here is post 45 days, okay? Post 45 days. Great. All right. Now, just to clarify, okay, since your commission contract level is 40%, then 40% of 3,000 ALP equals $1,200. That equals your total first year commission. Now, to be able to understand exactly what that means, okay, this means that these 4 families, okay, are each paying $62.50 per month. And so that means that each one of those families over the course of the year will be paying $750, okay? And so that means total, all 4 families together over the course of the year will be paying $3,000. So then that means that your commission over the course of the year would be $1,200, okay? Hope you understand that. So now, okay, we have on top of that created an advanced commission rate, okay? Because instead of paying you the $1,200 over the course of the year, okay, then we advance you 75% of that right now, okay, on Monday. All right? So $1,200 times 0.75, that's your advance rate, okay? So $1,200 times 0.75 equals $900, okay? And that, my friends, is your prepaid commission that you'll be getting in your paycheck on Monday, okay? I hope that makes sense. All right, so taking it back a step. So 3,000 total ALP, there's only 2 calculations you need to make, times 0.4 times 0.75. And that equals part 1 of your paycheck, okay? Now, to kind of reiterate this a little bit, going back to the pre-45 days and post-45 days, okay? So here we're at pre-45 days. Now, what happens after you've been here for 45 days, okay? So here, just to show you, your advance rate in your first 45 days, okay, is 75%, okay, like we just calculated. Now, that is only for people in their first 45 days. Everyone else, okay, from any agent that's after 45 days up to every level of management, up to Cindy, the owner, we're all on a 65% advance, okay? And so it says 65% after 45 days. So what that means is this is something that in your pre-45 days, you're on a 40% contract with a 75% advance. Then after 45 days, you're on a 50% contract with a 65% advance. Okay? The reason why they did this was because I believe they wanted to go ahead and offset the lower commission rate with a higher advance rate. Okay? And so typically everyone's on a 65% advance. All right? If you actually do the math on this, this still comes out to be a little bit more than this. Okay? And so 50% contract, you still come out higher than when you're on your 40% contract. But they do offset it really well by giving you a 75% advance in your first 45 days. Okay, so I hope that part is clear. So once again, how do you do the math on that? Take, whatever your total ALP is for the week times 0.4 times 0.75, and that equals part 1 of your paycheck. So in this case, it would be $900, okay? So if you're at 3,000 ALP, you're here in your first 45 days, you get $900 as your prepaid commission, okay? Now check this out. It says 40% contract for first 45 days or 10,000 ALP, okay? Whichever comes first. You are on a 50% contract after 45 days, okay? So let's just clarify. What this means is after 45 days, okay, you get that 50% contract. Or whenever you happen to write 10,000 ALP, whichever comes first, okay? And so what's important about this is if you, before 45 days, cumulatively write 10,000 ALP, it doesn't have to be 10,000 ALP in a week, okay? It could just be 10,000 ALP over 4 weeks, okay? Or however long. Before your 45 days, then that is how you get your 50% contract sooner, okay? So it's 50% contract after your first 45 days or whenever you write 10,000 ALP, whichever happens first, okay? So that's a really great way to be able to accept your promotion ahead of time. So here it says, take your promotion. Don't wait for it. Produce 10,000 ALP before 45 days and take it. And so what's great about this is regardless, okay, of however many days it is, if you write at least 10,000 ALP, bam, your commissions go up, okay? And so you write at least 10,000 ALP, that's how you're able to just go ahead and trigger that higher commission level. Make sense? Awesome. Okay, perfect. So now we just calculated out part 1 of the paycheck. So then going back here, okay, so part 1 right here, prepaid commission is $900. All right. So there we go. There's part 1 of your 3 parts of your paycheck. Great. So now let's move forward. That part was the most complicated part out of all of it. All right. So moving forward, the guaranteed advance. Okay. And so let me just go ahead and explain this basically because there's a lot of technical writing in here. And so I'm just going to say it in short. Okay. In your first 90 days with the company, you qualify for a guaranteed advance, okay? And so what that means is in your first 90 days, that's 13 weeks, okay? The guaranteed advance is an extra $200 added to your paycheck, okay? Now, how do you get this? The guaranteed advance is paid, all right, if you write at least 1,000 ALP that week, okay? Now, at least 1,000 ALP, that could be 2 small sales of 500 ALP or 1 slightly larger than average sale of 1,000 ALP or however so much, okay? It could be broken down into however so many sales, okay? If you write at least 1,000 ALP, so 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, however many, okay, in your first 90 days, for each week that you write at least 1,000 ALP, you'll have that extra $200 tacked onto there, okay? That is through your first 90 days. This is one of the ways that the company wanted to go ahead and help out new agents. AIL does a lot of research to be able to see what is effective in retention of agents, keeping agents happy and productive, and seeing what can actually generate more productivity in the company. And we found that by having this $200 guaranteed advance system while agents are new, in their first 90 days, then this actually increases production and retention and basically allows us all to benefit, and it helps new agents be able to supplement their income even more, okay? And so let's go ahead and take a look at it, okay? So here, I'm just going to, I did just give a brief overview as to what this is. And so it says, in addition to the weekly bonus, there's 13 opportunities to receive the guaranteed advance up to $2,600. Why? Because that's $200 a week that you write at least 1,000 ALP, okay, for a total of 13 weeks, okay? And so here's essentially where it all is, okay? So if the agent submits 1,000, okay, at least 1,000 ALP, then an extra $200 guaranteed, $200 extra advance would be available through your first 90 days, okay? And so I just want to break this down simply so that you can kind of understand this because, I know there's a lot of words on here. It's all available for you to go ahead and dig into a little bit. What I want to do is make sure that you understand the concept of this, okay? So it's not $200 for every 1,000 ALP that you write. No, it's just a flat $200 a week for every week that you write at least 1,000 ALP through your first 90 days. So that part's simple. It's just a straight up $200. Okay. So I hope we understand this, this part. Okay. And so now we just calculated out, or we didn't really calculate anything, but this was part 2 of the 3-step paycheck. Okay. So part number 1, as we saw, is the prepaid commission. We calculated that one out. That was $900. Part 2 is the guaranteed advance. That's $200. Okay. Again, this is using the example of you having written 3,000 ALP that week. Okay. Great. So now we have parts 1 and part 2. Awesome. So now let's go ahead and move forward. Okay. Now, part 3, world's greatest bonus. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and address this simply so that you can, again, understand the concepts of this. Okay. That here, we're going to pay attention to this chart right here. All right. So this chart is a basic breakdown, okay, of how much of a percentage bonus do you get depending on how much you write that week. Okay. So let's take a look at it. So if in a week, all right, I write between 1,000 ALP to $14.99, then I get 6%, okay, of my ALP as a bonus on top of the other 2 parts of the paycheck, okay? And I'll re-illustrate that in a moment, okay? If I write between $1,500 to $19.99, I get a 10% bonus. $2,000 to $29.99, I get a 12% bonus. $3,000 to $39.99, I get a 13% bonus. If I write at least 4,000 ALP that week, then I maximize my bonus out at 15%, okay? And so that's why all agents here always want to make sure that they're at least knocking out 4,000 ALP every single week, because that's where you maximize your bonuses, okay? So at least be writing your 4,000 ALP every single week and you get 15% bonus. Anything less than that and you get less percentage of bonus. So let's go ahead and calculate that out, okay? So here I'm just going to go ahead and pull up my handy dandy calculator, okay? And so in this example that we've been talking about this whole time, how much ALP did we write? 3,000, right? So in this example, we wrote 3,000 ALP, like we just saw, okay? And so if I wrote 3,000 ALP, what's my percentage bonus? 13%, right? Perfect. So I just take 3,000 times 0.13, and that equals $390. And there you have it. That's my world's greatest bonus, okay? So $390, that's the world's greatest bonus. So that's part 3, okay, of my paycheck, $390, all right? All you do is you calculate out how much ALP you wrote, okay? And then you find out where that lines up, what percentage bonus do you get, and you take that percentage and multiply that, all right, by whatever ALP you have, okay? In this case, it was 3,000 ALP multiplied by 0.13, okay? And so you just take the total ALP times whatever the percentage is. And in this case, we saw it was $390, all right? And so now we're going to go back here to put together part 3. So we've got here part 1, prepaid commission, okay, was $900, all right? Part 2, guaranteed advance, that one was just a flat $200, okay? Why did we get that one? Because we wrote at least 1,000 ALP, so that's a flat $100, okay? And then now part 3, world's greatest bonus, okay? We just calculated that out to be $390, okay? So what's my total paycheck, okay? let's go ahead and add it all up. Great. So we have here 900 plus 200 plus 390, okay? And that is where you calculate it all out to be 1490, okay? So for having written 3,000 ALP for the week, okay, then I made $1,490, okay? And so you can kind of use like as a rule of thumb in a way just to kind of approximate that your income will be approximately half of the total ALP that you write. Okay, so that's a simple way of thinking of it. It doesn't come out exactly evenly like that, so you still want to do the math, okay? And so still check that, you could still do that on your own, okay? This is how you'd be able to set goals for yourself. What's cool about this is that every single week, you will be receiving an advance report, okay? Or what we call here pay sheets. It breaks it all down for you. So you get that every single week. It'll show you that you have the Johnson family, the Smith family, the Munoz family, et cetera, okay? And how much ALP each one is, and then your commission for each one, and it adds it all up for you. So we just do all of that for you, okay? We just want you to understand how it's all calculated. Sound good? All right, perfect. So now, okay, we've got here compensation breakdown. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and show you here, okay, going all the way to the end here where we put it all together so you can fully understand it, okay? And so I'm sure you already have it down, but I just wanted to reiterate it one more time. So calculating the advance, we've got here 3,000 ALP. That's the total annual life premium, okay, times the 40% contract. Okay, so 3,000 times 0.4 equals $1,200 total commissions, okay? That would be, like it said, total first year commission. And then multiply that by the advance rate, which is 75%. So total, that's $900 prepaid advance, and bam, there it is, advance, $900, okay? Then now part two, we got calculating the world's greatest bonus, all right? And so that's 3,000 total ALP for the week, and then times 0.13 because that's the 13% bonus equals $390 of world's greatest bonus. Yes, we do call it world's greatest bonus because it is. In fact, I believe that it was called that in honor of our founder, Mr. Bernard Rappaport. He used to hold weekly meetings for all his managers, and he would actually he would greet us and talk to the agency force by saying, "Hello, world's greatest sales force." All right, and so then now we decided to go ahead and call it the world's greatest bonus to be able to commemorate and honor that. All right, and so next we also have here the guaranteed advance. Very simple. You roll at least 1,000 ALP, bam, flat, $200 guaranteed advance up here, bam, there you go, $200. Put it all together, you get $1,490 total, okay? So I hope that all makes a lot of sense, okay? And so here, this is just so that you'd be able to understand exactly how everything works, all right? How they calculate out each piece of your paycheck all together, all right? And also as part of this too, this is something to be able to help you create goals for yourself, okay? And so let me just go ahead and bring something up here, that when you are, when you're in a position like this, where this is an above average opportunity for the average individual, okay? You actually have before you the opportunity to write your own paychecks every single week, okay? When was the last time that you've been able to do that? All right? And so what this information is, it's just really powerful, because the thing is, it gives you the tools necessary to be able to set goals for yourself and to know exactly what you need to do in order to achieve those goals. You can reverse engineer, hey, if I need to make X amount of dollars per week, well, then this is how many sales I need to make. Simple, all right? And so everybody has their own goals. Everybody has their own lifestyle. Everybody has their own bills that they need to pay, right? So do yourself the favor and find out exactly what is the money that you need to earn, okay? And then go ahead and apply it to these equations here so you can backtrack and then see, this is what I need to do to be able to earn that income, okay? And so let me just give you an example of that, okay? And so what we like to do is we have something called MROs, okay? MRO, okay? Now what that is your minimum, okay? So minimum, realistic, okay? Realistic, and then optimistic, okay? Optimistic goals, okay? Now, do this for yourself for income that you want to earn on a monthly basis, okay? Now, it's going to look different for everybody, all right? For example, okay, minimum, let's say to calculate out all your bills, okay? Your bills, the, food you need to survive, just everything that you need as a minimum to be able to live, okay? At the very least, know your numbers, okay? Know exactly what that is, all right? And so minimum, let's just say, for everybody, it's all different, okay? And so in using this example, let's say minimum, you need to be making $3,000 a month, okay? Just to be able to pay for, bills, food, etc., just to survive. Okay, next, you're realistic, okay? A step above that, all right? You're realistic, including your minimum plus, being able to, live a little bit more comfortably and to be able to start saving money, to be able to start building up towards bigger goals, etc. Okay, let's say that that's $6,000 a month. Cool. All right, great. So your minimum $3,000, your realistic $6,000, and then let's say that you're optimistic. Right now, you'd love to make $8,000 a month. Cool. Awesome. Perfect. So then now you have the tools to be able to backtrack and reverse engineer exactly how do you get to $8,000 a month, okay? But do yourself the favor and write these numbers down. See, goal setting is a very unique process in which high achievers actually take the time to write down the numbers, write down exactly what they want in life, and they say that the top, 3% of productive people in this world, they're all goal setters. They write them down. They write their goals down. Everyone else and the rest of the 97% work for them, okay? And so there's that saying, all right? And so be one of that top 3%. Write these things down. Look at them every day, okay? So let's go ahead and use this as an example, all right? Our close ratios here as a company, okay, are actually really, really excellent. As we have probably shared with you during the interview orientation, in most types of sales jobs, okay, in most types of, sales jobs, oftentimes you have to do lots of prospecting. You got to talk to 9-10 people before you find even one person that's even interested. But because of our processes and the way that we generate leads and the way that we collect referrals, then for us in the lead generation system, union members filling out cards saying, yes, have someone come over to explain to me my benefits, we don't have to talk to 9-10 people just to get one sale, okay? Our close ratio is 1 out of 3, okay? Company-wide, 1 out of 3. Every third person you talk to is buying a policy. Here at Cindy Fuhrer Agency, it's more like 40%. So we're above the average here at our agency, which is great, all right? This is huge. Now, on top of that, on top of the average close ratio for leads, since we teach you how to collect referrals, okay, referral business and marketing yourself in your community, referrals close at least 50%. That's 1 out of 2 people, okay, buying a policy from you. All you have to do is give your presentation, okay? Think of it as a numbers game. The more presentations you give, the more people are enrolling, the more families are getting protected, Okay, makes sense? So with that, if you wanted to go ahead and use those numbers, let's go ahead and use that as an example, okay? And so here, if I'm using average sale size as an example and average close ratio as an example, and I want to make $8,000 $8,000 a month, okay, cool. That's about $2,000 a week, okay? $2,000 a week, as we discovered here, let's just say we just need to write 4,000 ALP, okay? 4,000 ALP to be able to make my $2,000. So let's actually go ahead and do the math on that, okay? 4,000 ALP to make my $2,000, okay? We've got, if I have an average sale size, then let's just divide that out, okay? 4,000 ALP, let me, actually, I'll just go ahead and move this aside, okay? 4,000 ALP divided by the average sale size, $750 per sale. There you go. I need 5.33 repeating sales a week. Awesome. Now you know what to do. All right. And if you have a 1 out of 3 close ratio, okay, if you have a 1 out of 3 close ratio, just multiply this by 3. I need 16 presentations to close 5.3 of them and write my 4,000 ALP. There you go. 16 presentations a week. There you go. That means if you're going out in the field to see clients 4 days a week, all you have to do is make sure that you're giving 4 presentations a day. Simple, simple, okay? Now, I'm introducing this to you because we actually teach you a really, really effective way to be able to not just generate this type of ALP and this type of income, but to be able to do it faster and just working smarter, okay? Plenty of people in this company to be able to close 4,000 ALP in a day, okay? And you'll eventually learn how to be able to do that, okay? If you apply what you learn here, okay? And so this is an example of reverse engineering. I just found out if I have the average sale size of 750 ALP with an average close ratio, then I need to give 16 presentations a week to be able to make my 4,000 ALP a week. Sound good? Perfect. Awesome. And so wanted to go ahead and pause right here so that you can go ahead, study up that paperwork. Go ahead and rewatch this a couple times if you need to. But I hope this was enlightening to be able to find out exactly how our weekly paychecks are calculated out. Okay. And so that way in the short term, okay, as you are creating, in your first few months, etc., as you are writing business and building up a clientele base, you know exactly where the money's coming from. Okay. Now, another cool thing about this, okay, is that here we've included in here for you, okay, an outline where you can check this out yourself. Now, this is given to everyone in the group in the orientations, right? So you likely already have a hard copy of this. So I just want to go ahead and bring this back up to your attention so you could just go ahead and see here if for each life sale, $6,250 a month, that's $750 annualized life premium. You could just go ahead and see here 2 sales a week, 4 sales a week, 6 sales a week, 8 sales a week, and then that calculates out for you the total ALP, the total weekly advance, the total world's greatest bonus, plus the guaranteed advance equals your total weekly earnings. So we made this easy for you, okay? If you need this much money per week, make this many sales. There you go, all right? So we even just did the reverse engineering ourselves for you, okay? And so there you go. Now, here after, all right, after you're here about a year, okay? Here's where we start going into what's called remaining first year and renewals with the total potential 1 week earnings, okay? So let me explain that for a second, all right? What is remaining first year? Well, think about it. If you, over here, okay, were advanced 75% of that right now, on Monday, what happens to the other 25%? That's still part of your commission, isn't it? Right? So, all right, since you got advanced 75% of that right now, then the other 25%, that is what the remaining first year commission is. That's the remaining 25%. Or after you've been 45 days, then it's 35%. Okay? So, as an example, if you make that sale in January, okay, you're getting advanced 75% of that right now. Then as the months go on, let's say 75% of the year, so sometime in September, okay, now that their payments have caught up with what you've been paid, then now the remaining chunk, the remaining 25% of that now is paid as earned, okay? So now as they are paying their monthly premiums, now you are getting paid that remaining 25% for the full year. And then from there on out, after that first full year, that's where you have your renewals, okay? And so now from there on out, it's just pure profit, okay? Because now just on an ongoing basis, as they're paying their monthly bill, now you just keep getting paychecks, all right? So that's what the awesome thing about this is, okay? This is actually one of the biggest reasons why people even get involved in the life insurance industry, because you keep getting paid for something you did 2, 3, 4, 5+ years ago. You're still getting paid today, okay? All right, perfect. And so then that's where it all comes together with the total 1 week earnings. All right, perfect. So, so here, MGA, manager compensation, okay? Here's what's so cool about this, all right? So I'm gonna kind of switch gears a little bit. So here, in this example, let's say you personally write 2250 ALP. In this example, we're using it for all agents in this case. MGA, that's a manager. That's one of the senior management positions here, okay? We all start out as an agent, and if we get into management, the first step into management is as a supervising agent, which we will illustrate in another video, okay? Supervising agent, then a general agent, then a master general agent, which is an MGA. This is a senior management position, okay? And so you personally write as an MGA, okay, 2,250 ALP, okay? With each promotion that you got, your commission contract actually goes up. It's no longer at 50%. As an MGA, it's at least 65%, okay? And so here it calculates out your weekly advance. And since you wrote 2250, your world's greatest bonus is 12%, okay? There you go, $270, all right? You don't get a leadership bonus off of your own personal production, okay? You get it off of others. And so then here's your weekly agency total for yourself, and your total weekly income just off of yourself. So for writing 2,250 ALP just on your own, then as an MGA, you make $1,221. Now, you're an MGA. That means you have people under you, okay? That means that you're recruiting and you're training others, and you have the responsibility of developing them for their success, right? And so here we gave you examples of if you have 4 agents, 6 agents, 8 agents, 10 agents, 12 agents, etc. There's no limit to how many agents you can have, by the way, okay? And using this example, if they each write 2250 ALP, which is nothing crazy, okay? Then here, the weekly advance you would get off those agents increases correspondingly, okay? So if you got 10 agents, each writing 2250 ALP, you'd get your advance off of them would be $2,200 plus the amount that you already get from yourself writing business. So that's really cool. So the bigger of an agency you build, okay, then obviously the higher your commissions are, okay? And World's Greatest Bonus is only off of your own personal production. So that doesn't apply to the agents under you. You don't get a World's Greatest Bonus from them. You instead get leadership bonus. So see here, bam, This is where you can actually see a lot of real money being made for senior managers, okay? You don't get a leadership bonus off yourself. You make a world's greatest bonus off yourself, okay? So here, let's go ahead and see that math, okay? If I had 4 agents and they are writing $22.50 each, my advance off of them would be $880. No world's greatest bonus off of other people. You only make that off yourself. My leadership bonus would be $1242. And so then weekly agency total is at $880 plus the $1242 is the $2,122 plus what you already wrote for yourself, $1,221. Your total weekly income is $3,343. So that's how much money you made that week off of only having 4 agents, okay? Now, here's the thing. Agencies have all kinds, again, there's no limit to how many agents you have. So if you had 8 agents, okay, 8 agents, and you're still just writing a little basic amount, literally that's probably 3 sales right there, okay? Then here, and all your 8 agents are writing 2,250 ALP, great. And now, total brings us over here, you just made $4,244 just because you have 8 agents plus the 1,221 that you already made with yourself equals total for that week, 5,465. So what I'm explaining here is the more agents you have when you're in the management track, okay, master where you are first, okay, then you can show other people how to do this. You show enough people how to do this, okay, when you get 12 agents, then now, bam, there you're making $6,366 per week. Okay. Now this is huge. Okay. So then plus your 1,221 that you're already making off of yourself, then you just made what we just said was the optimistic monthly income in 1 week. Okay. That's almost $8,000. Okay. And so here, that is how we wanted to go ahead and break it down for you because we have leadership bonuses and advances, basically, which are overrides that you make off of the people that are working under you. Now, here's the thing. What that means is, again, senior management positions, okay, there's a lot of responsibility there. You recruit and train people. This is the incentive to make sure that new agents like you are successful, okay? So managers want to make sure that brand new agents are making money, okay? Clearly, you can see it's in their vested interest, all right? And so we'll dig into this a bit more too. Your managers can actually, your mentors can explain this a little bit more too in general. And so I want to go ahead and just give you this outline so that you can see, bottom line, more agents in your team, the more income. So go ahead, do your MROs, okay? And so one thing that we can understand too is, of course, as time goes on, your MROs today are not going to be the same 3 months from now. And they're not going to be the same 6 months from now. And they're not going to be the same next year. Hopefully you're growing, expanding, and then your MROs are going to be completely different, okay? And so that's a huge, huge deal here so that we can understand where these numbers are coming from. And then for you to be able to set your own goals. How much money do you want to make a year? Break that down. How much ALP then would you need to write? Or how many agents would you need to have? Create those goals, all right? Because again, most people don't. Most people don't even do the favor of knowing what they want, all right? And so one more thing I want to just kind of briefly go over here is renewals. So we touched on it a little bit, okay? And we're just going to touch on it now so you can have an understanding of it. The number one financial reason people choose a career in the insurance industry is residual income, okay? Residual income. That's ongoing income, okay, as a cash flow, all right, without you having to work for it all the time. That's why most of us are in this business, because I'm still getting paid today for work I did 6 years ago, okay? And so not only are you working for that next paycheck on Monday, but you're adding to your residuals long term, okay? And so at American Income, we earn renewals each and every month. We earn thousands of dollars each month before other new sales ever even occur, okay? Many of our associates have built a large renewal income through this outstanding financially rewarding program, okay? And there's 10-year vesting and lifetime renewals. So what's so awesome about this is that, so as I was mentioning before, after the client has paid for a full year, now everything on top of that is pure profit, okay? You didn't do anything but sell them that one time, and then now you just keep getting paid and getting paid and getting paid. Now, that does mean, though, take care of your clients. Send them birthday cards or call them on their birthdays, send them holiday cards, things like that to make sure that they're still happy and you are still engaging with them. It's just customer service, okay? And so here, since they are paying you every month, all right, you want to be there for them. And so 10-year vesting, this is what's so awesome about this. 10-year vesting means that for every year you are with the company, you are 10% vested in your residuals, okay, even if you leave, all right? And so here, if you're with the company for 3 years, okay, then you get to keep 30% of your renewals for the next 3 years, even if you leave the company, okay? Or 5 years, 50% permanently vested over the next 5 years, okay? Even if you switch jobs, retire, or whatever, okay? 10 years is the magic number, okay? That's why here at AIL, we call this the 10-year retirement plan, honestly, because this is like the retirement plan on steroids, okay? Because at magic number 10, once you've been here for 10 years, then you are 100% permanently vested for all the residuals you've ever earned and all the residuals that you earned from agents under you and their clients, okay, that you've ever earned permanently, even if you leave the company at that point. At that point, seriously, just go open up your own nightclub if you want, because you're just going to have that money keep coming to you, okay? And so this is huge. 10-year vesting. Most other places, most other companies, et cetera, if they even have a residual income structure, if you leave the company, it's done. Who keeps the residuals? The company does. House always wins, not the person that just left. And so with us, we strongly believe in freedom and opportunity here. And if it's your dream to go ahead and, like I said, open up your own nightclub or something like that, whatever, let this be the vehicle to get you to where you want to go. Does that make sense? And what's so great about this is that with this kind of 10-year retirement plan, okay, even if later on something happens to you, these are lifetime renewals. That means the lifetime of the policies. So if something happens to you, that money keeps paying to your family, all right? So that residual income keeps paying to your kids, your grandkids, until the last paying client passes away, all right? And trust me, plenty of clients are going to outlive you, all right? And so with that, those residuals keep coming. So there's magic number 10. You get that once you've been here with the company 10 years. And what's so awesome about that too is that oftentimes people see that once you've been here 10 years, it's working. Why leave? You know, why even go? It's clearly working. Just pile on, get greedy, whatever. All right. Because obviously this is an excellent opportunity. All right. And it's working very, very well. All right. And so that's another thing about the residual income. So that's one of the biggest reasons why people even get into life insurance. And the 10-year vesting is unique to only AIL. Okay. That's unique only to AIL. No other company is going to provide you that. So just like this illustration has right here, make a sale in 2017, you're making money off of it in 2018, making money off of it in 2019, and on and on and on and on. All right. And so that's super awesome. All right, cool. And so I hope that that was very enlightening to be able to show you how we get our, how we calculate out our weekly paychecks. Renewals, once you start getting them, that's a monthly paycheck on top of all the weekly paychecks that you're already earning. Okay, so I hope that that's really exciting stuff. Go ahead, review this material. Okay, and then if you have any questions, go ahead and contact us. We'll be able to help you out. And so go ahead on to the next video. Thanks so much. We'll be talking to you soon. Take care.